Hey, guys, my name is Paula Sun, but you can call me the Change Navigator. I mean, that's why you clicked on the podcast because of the name, right? All right, cool. I want to say welcome to my new listeners and welcome back to the Faithful Navigators. We are here in season 2, and this time we wanted to switch it up and do things a little bit differently. So, on season 2, we decided to interview some ordinary people who are doing extraordinary things. And on today's segment, I'm so happy we have another special guest today. And I want to introduce to you all Ysidra Kyles. Welcome, Ysidra.
Thank you. Thank you, Paula, so much. And thank you for having me today. This is
Yes.
really exciting.
Yeah, I saw based on your Facebook page that you've been doing some really cool things. But before we get into that, I would like for you to tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so let me see where to start. It's kind of a loaded story. I'm a PK, preacher's kid for those who don't know, and that's kind of like a big deal because it kind of overtakes my life sometimes, and it has for the last, and I'm about to date myself. So for the last 51 years, that has kind of been the cornerstone of who I am because when my mom married my dad, he was already pastoring. So that's how long I've been a PK. In addition to that, I am a criminal justice major. I graduated from Sam Houston State University. I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. I am an attorney. My primary areas of practice are criminal defense and personal injury. I have delved in some other areas, but those are the two that I primarily focus on. And here recently, I will say, relaunched something that is very special to me, and that is a natural hair product line. So, and I'm a mother of if I didn't say this and my son saw this podcast, he would be highly upset. I am the mother of a 16, almost 17-year-old young man by the name of Zachary, and Zachary is with an X and not a Z.
Nice. So we have
Yeah, yeah.
Ysidra with a Y and Zachary with
Uh-huh.
X. That's pretty cool.
That's right.
And
Thank you.
a criminal defense attorney. So that means if I went out and robbed a bank, then I would need to contact you.
You would need to contact me. You would need to have some attorney's fees. Let me say that part because I am contacted often. And so when I'm especially on a robbery, a bank robbery, yeah, you're gonna need some fees,
Okay.
some nice fees.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
So you say you're contacted often. Do you get contacted randomly, like in your inbox for legal advice and all different
hmm
kinds of things? Okay.
Yeah, very often. And a lot of times, and I don't know this for a fact, but I'll receive an inbox message and it will be for a friend. Remember when we used to ask for a friend?
Right.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's typically not a friend. They're asking for, himself or herself, but they don't want to just say, okay, this is what I did. I got busted for prostitution. I don't want to tell you that because you know me. So what they'll say is, what if my cousin was busted for prostitution? Could you help her? Well, yeah, I can help you too.
Right.
Yeah. So, but
At,
yeah, I am contacted on all types of forms in my inbox, on my public page, via email. I receive random telephone calls because referrals make the world go round.
gotcha.
Yeah. hmm
That's cool. That's cool. So criminal defense and personal injury. Got it. So guys, listen up. If you have an injury or if you committed a crime and you want to ask for yourself and not necessarily a friend, you might want
Exactly.
to hit her up and reach out to her. So let's get to that last part of your introduction. You said you recently launched something that was near and dear to your heart, especially during this pandemic. And I like to say that you pivoted during this pandemic. And I believe when there's a problem, a solution is also present. So tell us about your natural hair care products and the name of your natural hair care products.
So the name of my natural hair product line is Ysidras Essentials. And of course, Ysidra, as you said earlier, is spelled with a Y, and so is Ysentials. It's YSentials, not the traditional way that you spell essential. Um, and so when I honestly started this line back in 2010.
Wow.
So I went natural. I went natural in 2009, and I was a product junkie. I was buying everything on the market in an effort to get my hair to do what I wanted it to do. And so I got tired of doing that, and I just started creating stuff myself. I started creating my own products, and I noticed that they worked for me. Well, after that, I started practicing law full time. And so the hair product thing was just placed on the back burner, not even long after I started it.
Hmm.
It was placed on the back burner. So, like you said, during the pandemic, um, people were home more. They had more time to take care of their hair,
Hmm.
and they didn't care about, deep conditioning treatments or what they looked like. So, I know for me personally, it gave me the opportunity to really focus on my hair.
Hmm.
But in saying that, let me say this. What really happened was I have an aunt who adopted six of her grandchildren.
Wow.
One of the little girls has sickle cell anemia, and the medications started to affect her hair. And so her hair started to fall out in certain spots. And so my aunt called me and said, "Hey, I need you to do something, create something for her hair, just whip up something." And I did. And when I did, I posted it on Facebook. And people were like, "Hey, yay, you're back. You're doing your natural products again." No, I'm not. No, I did something for my little cousin, and it just took off from there. It literally, what was that, a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago?
Hmm.
And now, literally, every time I go to my website, I have orders.
Wow.
And it was so unexpected. And it was so godlike
Hmm.
because it was unexpected.
Yeah.
But it was perfect. I mean, I am just like overwhelmed with the response. I am so totally overwhelmed.
That is amazing. And like I said in the question, and I didn't even know that was going to be the answer, but when a problem presents itself, the solution is also present. So the problem was your little cousin's hair coming out,
That's right.
and
Mm-hmm.
the solution was what was already inside of you that you just
Exactly.
kind of put on the back burner. And so I
Mm-hmm.
saw some of your products, and I see now you have some labels and stuff on it, and you're real fancy with it. So tell us about some of the products you offer and what's in your products.
Okay, so my products are all natural. When I say natural, I mean like if you look at the labels, if you look at my ingredients, you can pronounce each and every one of them.
Okay.
And you will probably recognize them from your kitchen or from your medicine cabinet. Everything is natural. And so I have, for example, I have an artisy oil. And Artisy is Ardisy. And for those who have not figured it out, it is Ysidra spelled backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So the Artisy oil is a hair growth serum. It's a hair growth serum, and it is a scalp oil. So it's safe to use as often as you want to use it. People ask me, "Hey, do you have anything for my edges?" If you're trying to grow your edges back, yes. If you're trying to slick them down, no. And the reason I say that is because too much attention to your edges will cause them to become brittle. So
Okay.
I focus more on moisturizing your edges and keeping your edges healthy and growing your edges if you don't have them. I have another product which is called hair veggies.
Hold
The
up.
hair veggies,
Hold up.
mhm.
What's in the artisy oil?
The Artisy oil is a combination of different oils: avocado oil, coconut oil, black seed oil.
Okay.
Um, And so what I've done recently with the Artisy oil is kind of revamped the formula. I don't know if you're familiar with Shea powder.
No, I'm not.
So, okay. So Shea it's literally a powder. It is from the ground. It smells very earthy.
Okay.
When I first smelled it, I told my son it smelled like weed. I was like, "This smells like marijuana." And my son said, "No, it doesn't." I'm like, "How do you know?" But anyway, that's another story. Um, but it's very earthy. And so what I have been able to do is take that shea powder because it is so very good for your hair. And you should research the women of Chad, Africa. They use shea powder from when they are little girls, and their hair tends to grow to, waist length, thigh length.
Wow.
Yes, and they don't have, and I want to do a disclaimer here. They don't have what we customarily call good hair. I cannot stand that term, good hair,
Mm-hmm.
because to me, good hair is just like anything else. Anything that does what you want it to do is good.
Yeah.
If it doesn't do what you want it to do, then it's bad. It has nothing to do with the texture of your hair. It has to do with, is it doing what I want it to do? And so shea is a powder, and it's combined with oils, any oil you choose. And so what these women do is apply this shea powder with the combination of water and oil to their hair, and then they braid it up. My hair was supposed to be in a fro for your podcast today, but the shea makes your hair so moisturized, and I applied it 3 days ago. So when I took my hair down an hour ago, it was still so moisture. You can, I mean, it is like it's just totally moisturized right now. So instead of selling the powder, what I've been able to do is infuse those oils.
Okay.
hmm So I get the oils from the shea and allow it to sit overnight. And then I put them into the hair veggies and also into my artisty oil. So it's a combination of oils. When you say what's in the artisty oil, it's a combination of oils.
Okay. That sounds
Yeah.
good. Um,
hmm
Now you got my mind going, and
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to tell my daughter to check it out for sure, and myself, because well, actually, all three of us have natural hair. So is it better
hmm
on some textures than others, or does it work well on all textures?
I will say this because I get that question a lot, especially from the relaxed hair community. They will ask, can I use your product on relaxed hair? And the answer is yes, but it's also yes, but use the products sparingly.
Gotcha.
If your hair is in a relaxed style, it's you have a certain style that you're trying to maintain. And if you put too, even if you put too much oil sheen on it,
Hmm.
it's going to compromise that style. But if your hair is natural, you have a lot more freedom. So, prime example, when you're not natural, when you take a shower and you're relaxed, you're covering your hair, you're making sure the water does not touch it. The
Hmm.
contrary is true, at least for me. When I shower, I make sure I don't have anything over my hair because I want the moisture from that shower to hit it.
Gotcha.
That is like so huge because as African American women, Paula, we have always been taught, don't get your hair wet.
Right. Right.
We've been taught that,
Hmm.
don't get your hair wet. But moisture is your hair's friend. I preach that. Moisture is what keeps it strong. It's what keeps it from breaking, just like your grass and your plants.
Okay. So
hmm
I have another question. So
Okay.
I have color on my hair, right? And
Okay.
we know that color, makes your hair brittle and, kind of damages your hair, things like that. So, would your products help my hair from breaking and becoming brittle and things like that?
Let me say this. When you have color, you do have to take extra care of your hair.
Hmm.
I'm saying this as someone who had color and had to start my natural journey over.
Okay.
I've seen your hair and you seem to manage it well with the color. I didn't
Okay.
because I did not only color, I colored and I was flat ironing my hair
Oh.
every single week.
Hmm.
Every week. I thought my hair was in good shape until I tried to revert back to this and I couldn't.
Gotcha.
When I tried to twist my hair, it would come loose at the ends and I would try to roll it with a
Hmm.
roller to try to get some type of curl pattern. I had to cut it all off. So what I will say is if you have color, my products most definitely, because again, it's the moisture that keeps your hair from breaking,
Hmm.
but it's color sometimes that will cause your hair to be dry.
Right.
But if you're moisturizing it, then you should be fine.
Okay. Okay.
hmm
Can you tell us a little more about? I know I asked about what was in the artistic oil, and you were mentioning hair
Art.
veggies, and then I cut
Uh-huh.
you off. Can you tell us a little bit more about the hair veggies?
Okay. So the hair veggies was actually the first one I created this time around. The hair veggies is a cream.
Okay.
It's a cream for your hair, and it is also designed for your scalp. It's made with shea butter. Shea butter is the base. So shea butter is the base, and then it also contains, again, avocado oil, coconut oil, what else? The black seed oil. And I blend it all together. And moringa powder, I don't know, moringa powder is green. So sometimes, depending on, my products will look different. Like if you order some hair veggies one day, you might receive a white, it might be white.
Mm-hmm.
You might get it another day and it's more yellow. That's because of the color of the shea butter.
Gotcha.
Shea butter comes in pure white and or ivory, and then it also comes in yellow.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same exact ingredients. It's just the fact that you got either a white batch or a yellow batch.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, so the main ingredient in there is African shea butter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, could I use that because I'm very simple with my natural hairstyles. So
Mm-hmm.
all I do
Mm-hmm.
is a two-strand twist and then take it out. So
Take it out.
would
Mm-hmm.
that be good to twist my hair with or
That would be perfect to
okay.
twist your hair with.
Okay.
Perfect. I even on the description, I say it is a perfect twisting agent or a braiding agent. And I mean, it makes my twist out perfect. So yeah, and I mean, you take a section of hair. I don't use combs, right? So I
Right.
just grab a section of hair. I take the hair veggies, because I have another one called Shayla that has the shea powder in it. And so I take that and I apply it from root to end, paying very close attention to the ends. And
Mm-hmm.
I twist it and I just leave it. Sometimes I do a twist out, but most of the time when you see me off camera, my hair is twisted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's twisted and put up some kind of way. And just a quick tip, like the way my hair is now, when your ends rub against your clothes, it will cause them to dry.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, so as much as you can, if you're wearing your natural hair and it's to the length like where mine is, you want to put it up as much as you can to get it off your clothes
Okay.
and to keep it from drying out.
Oh, thanks for that tip.
Hmm.
So you mentioned, I heard you slide something
Yes,
else in
yes.
there.
And
You were about to say
hmm
something?
which one? Oh, the Shay La La.
Yes.
The Shay La La.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes. So Shayla La is the infused shea powder that I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's made, of course, also in order to get the cream base, you need the shea butter. And
Gotcha.
shea butter is extremely moisturizing and it's very strengthening for your hair. So the difference, one of the main differences between the Shea La La and the hair veggies is the fact that the Shea La La is rich in shea powder, but not too rich because I only put the oil in it, but here recently I started adding just a little bit of the powder because shea powder by itself will cause dandruff if it gets on the scalp.
Gotcha. All right.
So it's not really designed for the scalp. But when you put it in a cream, then you can use it as a scalp oil or a scalp conditioner.
All right. So you said something and it made me think about something else. So,
Okay.
uh, do your products leave a residue or a film or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, they do not. The only time it would, like, for example, like I told you, I have the Shea Bay in my hair, not the Shea La La, the actual Shea Bay. So I have the powder, like where I made a mixture with the powder and some oils,
Mhm.
and I applied that to my hair 3 days ago. It's perfect because it's time for me to redo it. Yes, that does leave a residue. And if you look closely, you can see the flakes from the Shea Bay,
Okay.
but it's okay because today is the day that I have to redo it anyway.
Okay.
And my hair has been twisted and tucked away, but it is amazingly moisturized, and that is what I love about Shea Bay.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So some of our professional skills are transferable to doing what
Hmm.
we love to do, right? So
Right.
have you been able to transfer any of your skills as an attorney to your business of natural hair care products?
I will say, um, I will say this. as a businesswoman, there are just certain acumens that you have to have because you are in business. And so as an attorney, I am bound to take care of my clients. I am duty bound to do that. If I don't do that, the state, not only is my client going to look at me like, ma'am, what are you doing? The state bar is going to contact me and say, ma'am, what are you doing? With the products, I have people who contact me as if they are very similarly to if they were a criminal client. They want to know detail for detail. What do I do with my hair now? Okay, I bought this product and I bought that product. And so I have a responsibility because I've sold them my products and they trusted me with their hair. And we know from the Bible, hair is a woman's glory.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just feel like once they become a customer, they're very similar to a client. I have to take care of them. I'm available to answer their questions. They're in my inbox. They're on my Ysidras Essentials Facebook page. They're looking for those tips. And I feel like I am duty bound to offer them those tips. And whatever advice I can offer, I don't have any secrets. You know what I mean? I think I'm my greatest testimony when it comes to my hair. If you would have seen it a few years ago, you would understand. I did a before and after photo, and I could not believe that my hair came this far in 2 years.
Wow. Okay. So, businesswoman, take care of your
So I
client.
answered your question and then probably added something to it.
No, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Um,
Okay.
is there something that you are working on now that we should look forward to in the future?
I'm glad you asked that. So there are a couple of things. There's one particular product that I'm working on, and I will tell you, it's called Red Rain.
Okay.
And it's kind of not really paying homage to Delta, but because I am a Delta, there's always going to be some red around
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. And so it's called Red Rain. It will come in a red bottle. It will be made with rose water, dried hibiscus flowers that I have extracted the oils from, coconut water, and it will be in a red bottle. And it is called Red Rain. And it will provide amazing moisture to your hair just even during the day. Like, okay, my hair is dry. What do I do? Boom, you pull it out and you spritz it. You don't want your hair to be dry. Can I
Okay.
tell you something?
Go ahead.
Let me tell you something, please.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when people had a Jerry curl?
I do. I do.
You remember when their hair grew like crazy. I'm
Right.
like, this girl never had hair. Now she has a curl. It's got to be something
Activator in the juice, something.
it's got to be in the curl juice, or it's got to be in the actual application.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the solution is, it wasn't that. You know what it was?
What was it?
It was the fact. It was the fact that that plastic bag that we laughed at provided so much moisture to their hair that it grew like crazy. That is
Wow.
why the person who told you to wear that plastic bag after they put that curl on your hair, they were very adamant about the fact that you should wear that bag.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've learned now is what? I can
Moist.
sleep with a bag on my hair and retain even more moisture.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for
Yep.
sharing that. So Red Rain is coming to you in the near future.
Yes.
I
It
love
is
it.
coming. Mm-hmm.
I love it. So, well, I thank you for your time and for sharing all of
No, I
this
think
information with the listeners. And is there anything, any message at the core of your being that you want to leave with us on today?
yes, definitely. I would just like to say that, and this doesn't necessarily apply only to hair. But what I would say is to always, and this sounds so mundane and it sounds like a cliche, but when I say be true to yourself first, it is like, it's my mantra. It doesn't matter what's going on around me, and it doesn't matter what other people are doing. Other people are relaxing their hair, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
It's be true to yourself. And whatever it is that you want to do, I am a firm advocate of it is never too late to become what you should have been. It is never too late. I graduated law school in 1995. I did not take the bar exam until 2012,
Wow.
17 years later. It's never too late to do what you want to do.
I love it. It's never too late to do what you want to do and be true to yourself. And that is so important, even as we learn to navigate through change, because a lot of people are afraid because they think they've gotten too old, or they think they just can't do it. But it's never too late to do what you want to do. That's so powerful. Thank you so much for that. And before we go, please let the listeners know how they can find you, your social media handles, any way they can get in touch with you about your products.
Okay. Well, my name is Ysidra Kyles. I do have two Facebook pages. The one that I am on most of the time, it's Ysidra Kyles spelled backwards. So for right now, it's Artisty Salik, but it is Ardisy. However you spell Kyles backwards. I think it's Syelek. Yeah, or Selyk.
Mhm.
Ysidras Essentials, there's a Facebook page. Ysidras Essentials products for natural hair. There are two because there's one from 2010, I think, but the one that is operating right now is the one that has the logo as the profile picture. And then my website is www.ysidra2010.etsy.com.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And hopefully, you all got that information. And if not, just go back and listen to the replay and you will be able to get that information again. But we want to support this lady with her natural hair care products. And I know I will be going to the website to get my very own products. So, again, thank you so much, Ysidra, for taking out time and sharing with us how you pivoted during this pandemic, even though it was something you started 10 years ago. But the opportunity presented itself again for you to put that thing back in the forefront. So thank you for taking out time, sharing your story, and I wish you nothing but success in the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I know you have so many people you could have chosen, but I thank you so much. I really do. Thank you. I appreciate your support.
All right. Well, until next time, keep going, navigators. Bye bye.